I'm joined by Jake Gallagher after the 3-2 home win against Halifax, and a very modest Jake. He said he was surprised that he was given man of the match. We'll come to that in a moment, and we'll break the match down a little bit. I think today is the best thing to do with it. First and foremost, the preparation of the team coming into the game. Did everything just feel right today? Because it looked it from the very first whistle. Everybody looked on it.
Yeah, it was a very positive attitude went into the game, because we had a good win at Braintree, which was a fantastic result for the boys and the team. And the way the gaffer put across his team talk was it was all about us today. He didn't worry about them. He went to start talking about them. He was like, actually, don't worry about that. Let's just think about us. If we play our way, they're not going to get near us. And that's how it went in the first half. We done really well, and we played some really good stuff and created chances. We come in at 2-0, and it was the half we wanted and the start we wanted.
I said in commentary with Gav, I think there's been a few occasions this season where half-time couldn't come quick enough just to sort one or two things out. Today was completely the opposite. We almost didn't need it, did we? You know, we could have just carried on and played the 90 minutes. Was there much mention at half-time about the fact that obviously with Halifax being 2-0 down, they were probably bound to come out and give it a real go?
Yeah, definitely. That was what was said straight away. The first thing we went in there was that they're going to come right at us at the start of the second half. So we knew what was coming, and I think the next goal was very important. As the gaffer put across to us, the next goal would be really important. The third one, if we could get it, and if they got it, then they'd be straight back in the game. But we did manage to get that, and I think we started the half quite well. But after we got that third goal, we seemed to think we'd won the game already, and we started to drop off, and then they started to get more into the game and a bit more confident, and they got their 2 goals. But although we did let them back into the game and we shouldn't have, we did do enough to win the game, and that's what's really pleasing.
And from the Aldershot Town supporters' point of view, I mean, not only they've seen 3 points, they've seen 3 goals, and you know they've had the roller coaster at the end that they're so used to, Jake. And 3 precious points of finally getting that first home win. Yeah,
no, it's fantastic to get the first home win. That's what we've wanted since the start of the season, and we've had it coming away from home. We've had 6 points away from home, so that's been good. And then getting the first home win's fantastic. That's what we've been waiting for, and what we've deserved really, because we've had some tough home games against some tough teams, and I think it was just a matter of time before it come, and hopefully we can make a good run of it now.
What looks really evident to the eyes of those of us that watch this team for a long time is 1 or 2 things are really starting to come together in terms of the pattern of play, in terms of partnerships. An interesting change today, a subtle one I didn't see coming, was that Charlie Harris came into the middle with you, with Jim pushing out wide, and there must have been some, quite a lot of consideration to how we played there in that.
Yeah, definitely, because Jim's he's a central midfielder, but the way Gaffer and the team put a lot of effort and time into looking how other teams play and how we can attack their weaknesses, and he thought with having 2 out-and-out strikers with Charlie and Brodie, and playing Dan slightly to the right wider, and Jim tucking in slightly but still playing left, would benefit us as a team to go and get a couple of goals and win the game. And it worked.
Exactly. Exactly. I wondered, looking at the body language at the start, whether Jim really kind of believed in that, and might have been knows a little bit out of joint having to do it, but my goodness, he played it well. He got a goal, he had another one disallowed, he cleared one late on as well, and exactly as you said, Nick Anderton was able to push up the left, Jim could tuck in. Great bit of tactics.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it worked. It's fair play to the management team for seeing that and doing it as well, because it's one thing seeing it and thinking, oh, should we do it, but actually doing it there's another thing, and he did that, so fair play to him, and it worked, and we got the result.
Okay, and Jim Stevenson just having his little input there. He's been a part of everything today.
Yeah, so Jake, obviously we briefly touched on the fact you hadn't won at home until today. Did you feel any more kind of adverse pressure coming into the game, being on a Saturday, more fans, knowing that you really needed to get the first home win?
I think as a team we knew it was coming, and as everyone had a feeling, especially after the back of a win away from home at Braintree, which isn't an easy place to go to, and getting a late winner there, we all had a feeling that this was going to be the one. And you could feel it around the change room when we first got here, and in the week training as well. So I think there was a good feeling that we were going to get it, and if it didn't come today, it would have come soon. And it might have added a bit more pressure, or it might have driven us on to want to win even more here. So it was a matter of time before it came. I'm glad it comes sooner rather than later.
And I remember what I was going to ask you now, Jake. those of us that were on Jake Gallagher yellow card watch, we've been a bit disappointed the last couple of games. Jake, what's going on? You unfortunately picked up a yellow 3 games running, didn't you, in the first sort of half an hour or so, and then I think the last game you managed to negotiate that one fine. Today I think it was 30 minutes when you did your first foul. What's going on?
I try and behave as well as I can when I'm playing. If it's there to be won, then I go full-hearted and I go into it and I do my best to win the ball. But sometimes the game needs livening up, and that's what I bring best to the team, I think. And in all fairness, I'm not a fantastic footballer like some of the players in the team that are great with the ball at their feet, and I'm not really one of them, although I can do an okay job at it. I'm more there for my hard work and my defensive duties really, and running around hard work, shutting people down. And yeah, that's what I bring to the team. I try and behave as best I can to keep away from the yellow cards, because I end up getting suspensions. I mean, I just mentioned upstairs that I got 10 game suspension with Welling last season overall, and it was all because of my yellow cards and red cards. So I said to myself this season, I'm doing my best to stay away from it.
You probably had a fair chance with this, Rev, because I think he somehow only showed 2 yellow cards this season before today, so I'm reliably informed. But nevertheless, you made a key point. The team didn't need a livener today, did it? They were all on it from the start.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, we're all on it, and yeah, especially like a game like today, you just don't need to make a silly foul or give away a yellow card, especially if we're 3 goals up and we're well, I wouldn't say cruising, because we ended up 3-2, but we were in control of the game, so I didn't really need that. I just had to stay on my feet.
Now next week, completely different scenario. We go to one of the big clubs, one of the bigger grounds and the bigger expectations and the bigger budgets. You'll have played there before, I'm sure, unless you were suspended. What are your own memories of Grimsby?
I've quite enjoyed playing there, actually. It's always one of those nice stadiums and big clubs you go to and play. It's one of the ones you enjoy. But off how we've played the last couple of games, well, the whole season really, we've done really well, and especially having 2 wins on the trot, we're going to be going there firing all cylinders, waiting hopefully get a result.
Well, have a great week in training. Well played today, and I certainly add my weight to that man of the match. A good, solid performance. You know, allowing others to go and do, you know, the killer. Don't underestimate that role. Well played, Jake. Thanks.
Thank you very much.